If you are thinking about purchasing a CrossFit programming, you have to watch this video first. What I see is that a lot of people purchases a CrossFit program just based on they like the branding or not. I'm Manu, I'm the YouTube manager, I'm content creator of the program. And in this video, I'm gonna show you all this insight that a CrossFit program has. And I only can accomplish this mission by sitting down with my very good friend, John Singleton, and just asking questions. Is it profitable business?
I think it seems easy, but then like most things, the reality is a lot more work.
It's just only about if you like the athlete or not.
I've had a lot of sleepless nights. All of a sudden we're competing with like $1 trillion company.
Training partners, but also competitors. How does that work? That can work?
How you doing?
What's up?
I'm just the mash, this week's mash.
Oh, what's up with that?
It's pretty cool. It's from the row qualifiers are happening this weekend, so we made a mash including them, and it actually worked out quite well. It's really fun mash.
Can we see it later?
Yeah, maybe you and I do it.
I have to take something from this, so maybe you show me how to improve my snatch and I will access to do that workout.
There is some snatching in it.
Oh really?
Yeah, but we can start with strength, like work through your snatches.
Yeah?
Go through some technical stuff that I think will help. And then we can use the mash as our workout.
Okay, the new format, the new video is kind of a little bit of investigation. Just something informational for people?
The idea was really just to make you famous, Manny. And we're also going to teach you to snatch, no?
I love snatching, but in a really bad way. Like it's a love-hate relationship.
Leave us a comment, let us know what you think.
We are gonna do it with training camps, competition, get to know the athletes of the program. So we will see. Anyway, so far, I only have you. So one really interesting thing is that since maybe 2 years ago, a lot of CrossFit training programs popped all over Europe, all over the US. Is this really a profitable business? I mean, why people just start doing it?
You are right, loads of coaching brands popped up because it became, during COVID, a lot of software got developed because everyone was doing online training. So like the level of software, really the quality of it increased, and that made it a lot easier for people to start. A lot of these people started, but it's really hard to continue. There's a lot of hours needed to create a good programming. I think it seems easy, but then like most things, the reality is a lot more work than reward. And also like with the bigger companies, and we're kind of one of them, we can provide so much value for a cheaper price, so then it becomes very hard to compete.
So if you are a small coaching brand, how can you success?
You've got to play to your advantages and being able to then do more things in person or however that may be. But I think it's just the nature sometimes, like if we wanted to start using the phone brand example again, all of a sudden we're competing with like $1 trillion company.
Yeah.
So it becomes like for us to start a phone company, it'd be like, wow, that's a lot bigger step. But obviously back in the day, it would have been a lot easier to start something like that.
It's a coaching brand needed or useful?
Yes. Yeah, I do think we provide a lot of value to the community. Over the years, since the inception of CrossFit, you can see how much the sport has grown, and ultimately that's thanks to the coaches and people putting in that effort, and training programs have come on board to help, I think, up the level of the athlete, and they do provide value in the space.
Let's talk about the competitors that you have, the program has. We have the 3 majors, which are in the US.
There's emerged like 3 major brands. Mayhem, which is probably the empire that is Mayhem.
Yeah.
And then you have Proven and Hard Work Pays Off. And All three of those brands were started by the most successful athletes in our space.
Okay, so far we have three majors, which are in the US. We have the Empire of Mayhem, which is inspired by Rich Froning. Then we have Hard Work Pays Off, related to Matt Fraser. And finally, we have Progrm, managed by Tia and Shane Orr. The reason of the success of these coaching brands are the previous success of their athletes. For example, the Progrm, the brand that we are working at, it has its success in that we brought a bunch of athletes to the CrossFit Games. I believe that 30 or something. Could you tell what are the differences between those coaching brands, or it's just only about if you like the athlete or not?
Yes and no. I mean, obviously people get attracted to the brand because they associate better with Fraser or Tia or something like that, but then when you start to do the programs, you notice quite a big difference. Like, people are programming for CrossFit, but the day-to-day would end up being quite different. And that comes down into different philosophies, different ways you approach things. Don't worry, I'm gonna give you a little break. So what we're gonna do is something that I planned for this video specifically. You are gonna learn with me some stuff that I really need to improve. My snatch is not really good. I probably will be embarrassed by the footage that I'm gonna put on the screen, but let's stay real, it's not good. So what I decided with this is that you guys learn with me. No worries, I got you. Thank you.
I believe that you are a great coach.
Thank you.
But you never coached me.
Yeah, true.
I mean,
Wow.
we've been working out.
We've been training partners.
Training partners, exactly. But you didn't, you just say, Manu, decrease the number of reps that you are doing.
Yeah.
Like, I think this is a great opportunity to show people some tips.
I've seen your snatch. I've got an idea of what we can do to improve it. So we'll work through some drills you can do, and see if we can get you snatching more comfortably.
Okay, let's do that.
And you're going to buy the coffee, right?
Yeah.
For those who start to watch this series, I spent 3 years of my life with this guy. Sometimes it's more challenging than others. It's very unusual for him to buy me coffees, but today he did. For something that is very usual, and we're going to demonstrate a live example right now. This happens multiple times a week. Manu, whereabouts are your sunglasses?
Wait a minute, you were supposed to coach me, no?
Coaching me now.
Wait, let me show you. John is just checking her new gear. I bought too many, and currently I don't have any watch at all. I don't know what time is it right now.
I think it's almost 11. John is more concerned about his 10 past 11.
It's 10 past 10.
10 past 10.
No, it's 10 past
10
11.
past 11. What are you talking about?
Manu, we got to fucking hustle. You're warmed up and ready to go, no?
Getting ready to get that smooth and quick squat snatch.
Manu, I'm just going to let you into something. In the US, snatch also means vagina. Before you start talking weirdly about snatch, just remember that association.
English is such a wonderful language.
Yeah, so one of the things that you struggle with is going under the bar. So what we're going to focus on, and for a lot of people, so it can be like a frustrating problem because they're strong enough, they have the mobility, both of which we know that you have. You've actually got like really good squatting mechanics, strong legs. Upper body's a bit weaker, but I think it's more of just a fear factor for you in terms of, when the bar's here, like, where do I go? And it feels safe to either continue the muscle pull up or block it in power having that confidence and commitment to be like, actually, you know, I'm confident enough to go all the way down into the squat, block it there, is something we're going to work on. So the way we're going to do that, there's a few drills. We're going to start just some behind the neck presses, push presses, and then we're going to start building towards snatch balance and snatch drop. We're going to start with the PVC, just as lighter and to get those movements.
Okay.
And the first thing you're going to do is just 10 behind the neck strict press. What I want you to do now is you're just going to push press. So behind the neck push press. We dip, stay vertical, press up. No. We've got to hit our mash. So we need a quick learner right now. So I think one thing that's really important for people learning these, the pauses are crucial because they reinforce the positions that you want to go to. So if I just start going like quickly through this, you know, I'm like, what am I really focusing on? Because it's so light, you don't get that feel. So you have to like, hey, I'm working on this. I want to work on receiving on the catch. I want to work on my stand-up. So all these, we almost have points we want to arrive to, and in those points, we're strong, we're solid, reinforces that position, and then we can move on.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's nice and strong at the top. And then here, just nice and strong, yeah? So we have this solid base. And we're gonna do our push behind the neck push press.
What's next?
We're gonna do the behind the neck power jerk now. So it's a little more complex. Keep the feet still, but we come 1, 2. That's it. So we're just gonna come up here. We're gonna come onto our toes and then just receive here. That's it, good. So now then we come on to next one. We're going to add in overhead squats.
Okay.
So now we're going to start progressing the first, which is our snatch balance. Yeah. So we're going to come in. I'm going to 1.
And do like a pause there, no?
Just to feel the bar start. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Good. That's nice. Next, we're going to just try it with the snatch drop. So I'm going to come up onto my toes and then same thing.
Sometimes I have like the urgency to get down immediately.
Exactly. So you start missing those key positions. Like what you'll see in a lot of Olympic weightlifting as well is that the catch points, they don't necessarily catch the bar all the way down here. They receive and ride that final moment. So it's not that you have to, because that can lead to a big like crash and collapsing a lot of the time. You need to meet and receive the bar and then ride it down. Now if we take our full snatch, what are we doing? We're coming up to here, and then from here we're dropping under and down.
Okay.
And all that we're doing is taking away this complexity of coming up. We're taking it just from here, but we get that exact same position. Doing this like 3 times a week in a warm-up's perfectly fine. You know, we've started lightweight, gets you confident here, it's not going to overload you too much.
Yeah.
You don't need to go heavy every time, but just using the light bar can also work.
This is something that someone who buys any programming can know. Is this a description of what?
We use this in our weightlifting warm-ups, so you can get an idea and you can ask in our coaching groups. This kind of more specific stuff then comes into like our one-to-one, where you might take a session with a coach or come here and work in person as well.
Sips of coffee. If this video gets to 100 likes, I'm not asking too much. I'm gonna upload my snatching on YouTube Shorts and you guys can see the process. I almost feel like an elite athlete now. Some of the coaches said to me that if I train hard, I could have been in semifinals years ago. Now I will focus on masters. Watching all of this, I was thinking, well, teaching people how to move or program people's people's training. This is not only what a coaching brand does, actually. There is this huge part of coaching elite athletes. I've been there, and it takes a lot of time. Getting to the games, getting the best position possible. How much work does it take?
I mean, working with the elites is just an extraordinary amount of work. I think it's very important that, for us now with the experience we have, we don't want to experiment with the athletes. We want to be able to provide them with the best experience, the best knowledge we're taking to that. But when you're a coach coming up, you obviously need to learn, need to experiment, see what works. And so just thankfully, a big thing for us is having that experience over the years.
They are training partners, but also competitors. How does that work? That can work?
It can work. So I think obviously the easiest relationship is like one athlete, one coach.
And what do you think about the coaches that have a lot of athletes who compete with between each other?
I, over the years, have suffered the brunt of being one coach, multiple high-level athletes. I've had a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of troubles because of those dynamics. Because ultimately, I've wanted to give the best to the athlete, and I can hand on my heart, just on it. I know that I've always done that. The hard thing is that there's this dynamic that goes on and these things, and so that's where I, a few years ago now, changed some structure, changed some in order to make sure that we still provide that, but actually the athlete feels more supported because of the connection that they're with.
And all the questions were answered, surprisingly. What I have left for this video is just a little workout, the mash. We did the mash, but it didn't turn out well. I'm just gonna roll it, and you guys enjoy the experience of watching a human being suffering, I guess.
Yeah, just the barbell, the bike, and a skipping rope. Okay. You don't want to start out too hard, so just to clarify with you, 50 cal bike, 50 deadlifts, 50 double unders, 40 ring rows, 40 cleans, power, 50 double unders, 30 burpees, 30 overhead squats, 50 double unders, 20 push-ups, 20 squat snatch, 50 double unders, 10 strip pull-ups, 10 thrusters.
Of course, I want to start too hard.
Okay, so here we go with the eco bike. It was quite easy pacing, just as John told me. I didn't worry too much about that. And all of a sudden, this guy comes out of the bike and starts with the deadlifts. I thought we were going easy, but I just kept calm. I was focused on myself, focused on being the elite of the workout. Wait a minute, is this guy doing back squats right now? And in that moment, I just said, okay, I'm not falling on this, I'm not scaling this workout, I'm just gonna do it. And it's incredible how things change so quickly in life. From that point on, we scaled the workout, tried a little bit together, and it was our end of the workout. And in the end, there's always a moral of the story, right? I need to get fitter, so does John. But definitely what we can do is purchasing the wonderful programming that is the Progrm. So go to the description and click the link below and explore the magnificent world of programming. Hope you like this video, hope you like the new format, and I guess that I'll see you soon in German Throwdown.